I'm Eric, and I'm going to show you how to use the BodyTrack to do your own deep tissue massage on your upper and lower back. You'll want to either go shirtless, wear a tight-fitting shirt, or sports bra, because a loose shirt will wrap around underneath the balls and prevent you from rolling on them. In this video, you'll see me hold each position for just a few seconds or less. That's done to keep this video as short as possible. But when I do my own massage with the BodyTrack, I always hold each position for at least 12 seconds and often up to 60. Now, the first time you try the BodyTrack on your shoulders, I want you to make sure to use the two innermost tracks with your head resting on the center track divider. This will give you a gentler massage best suited for a beginner. No matter which tracks you use, remember that the massage balls should not touch your spine. In other words, you'll be positioning the BodyTrack so that your spine sits in the middle between the two massage balls, holding the balls in place against your shoulders with your thumbs. Next, scoot your feet up against your rear and lift your torso and rear in the air. Then roll up onto the balls by pushing a little against your feet. Once you're in position on top of the balls and you feel some pressure on your shoulders, clasp your hands together and raise your arms up to point at the ceiling with your elbows locked. Now you're ready to start counting. With your shoulders level, you'll count to a minimum of 12. As always, you want to count until you feel the pressure begin to fade somewhat. If you count to 60 and the pressure hasn't faded yet, stop and switch to a softer massage ball to reduce the pressure. In this video, you'll see me hold each position for just a few seconds or less. That's done to keep this video as short as possible. But when I do my own massage with the BodyTrack, I always hold each position for at least 12 seconds and often up to 60. So let's get started by placing the massage balls at the close end of the track like this. The process of counting and rotating is the same as it is for the lower back. You'll count with your hips level, then rotate a little to one side and count again, and then rotate to the other side for another count. Then you're ready to roll a half-inch lower and repeat the process. When you get close to your sit bones, you can straighten your arms and lock your elbows like this, so you're halfway sitting up. Another way to work the glutes. Last but not least, lie down on your side with one single massage ball in any track like this, in order to massage your hips. Lean forwards and backwards, counting as always. For some, this area may be very tight and sensitive, and if it is, please start with something like a soft street hockey ball. If you only remembered one thing from this video, this is it. Holding your position and counting is critical. If instead you just roll around, you'll be wasting your time. That's the equivalent of bouncing while you stretch, and it doesn't work. Wherever you feel the most tenderness is where you want to count longer, because those are the areas where you need the most work, and where you'll benefit the most from applying pressure. But when I do my own massage with the BodyTrack, I always hold each position for at least 12 seconds and often up to 6. Now you see me working the upper arms, using the same old counting technique to roll my way down from the top of the deltoids to the elbow, working the triceps and biceps on my way. This is another good technique to relieve the pressure on your overworked forearms and hands. To isolate the triceps, place the BodyTrack at the edge of a table and crouch on the floor or sit on a low chair as I'm doing here. To increase the pressure, place your free arm on top of the arm you are massaging and lean on it. Notice that in addition to holding and counting, I'm moving my elbow through its range of motion. This will significantly increase the effectiveness of your work. Next, to massage your forearm extensors, stand up and place your forearms face down on the massage balls with your free arm lying across the one you are massaging. By leaning on your free arm, you can get strong massage pressure here, and this will help reverse all the tightening you get from repetitive motion, like using a computer mouse all day. You'll see that I'm moving my wrist through its range of motion again, while holding and counting just as I did with the triceps. First, let's take a quick look at how you can work your hamstrings, quads, and IT band. These are all common trouble spots that have each given me trouble at one time or another. If you have tightness here, take your time and work their full length 1/2 inch at a time. When working the quads and IT band, you want to use the two inside tracks and larger baseball-sized massage balls. When you get to your IT band, don't be surprised if it is very tender. If it is, do start with a soft massage ball and work your way up to harder ones, possibly over a week or more. Move the massage balls over to the two outer tracks, where they'll sit closer together, and repeat. You'll be rolling down a slightly different path on the bottom of your foot. And finally, remove one ball and roll the remaining one down the center of your foot, stopping and counting as always. Using two lacrosse balls in the outer tracks, or larger dimpled rubber baseballs in the inner tracks, you can perform an ankle and lower calf massage which targets the Achilles and surrounding tendons from two side angles. To apply good pressure and move yourself forward and backwards, you'll need to support your weight on your hands, raising your rear off the floor. Now I'd like to show you a very powerful massage for the shins, a phenomenal aid for anyone susceptible to shin splints. I'm demonstrating with lacrosse balls, but would suggest you start out with dimpled baseballs because they'll be gentler. If you only remembered one thing from this video, this is it. Holding your position and counting is critical. If instead you just roll around, you'll be wasting your time. That's the equivalent of bouncing while you stretch, and it doesn't work. Wherever you feel the most tenderness is where you want to count longer, because those are the areas where you need the most work, and where you'll benefit the most from applying pressure. Hi, I'm Eric, and I'm going to show you how to use the neck track to do your own deep tissue massage on your neck and jaw. In this video, you'll see me hold each position for just a few seconds or less. That's done to keep this video as short as possible. But when I do my own massage with the neck track, I always hold each position for at least 12 seconds and often up to 6. First, I'm going to start by placing two massage balls in the tracks on the top of the neck track. The balls are positioned closest to my shoulders and the deep cutout is facing away from me. That's where the back of my head will rest. Notice that when I first let my head down, the balls roll away from my shoulders. I want them to stay snug against my shoulders though, so I'm going to reach back with my fingers and hold them in place while I reposition. Please note the massage balls should never touch your spine. I want you to position yourself carefully so that your spine sits in the middle between the two massage balls. Now you're ready to start counting. While you're looking at the ceiling, you'll count to a minimum of 12. You want to count until you feel the pressure begin to fade somewhat. If you count to 60 and the pressure hasn't faded, stop and switch to a softer massage ball to reduce the pressure. Rotate still a little further and this time use your hand on your forehead to apply a little extra pressure and count once more. Then come back to center for a moment before rotating your head in the opposite direction and go through the same procedure of counting and rotating in this new direction. After you've rotated your head 3 times in each direction, you're ready to roll the balls to the next position in their tracks. Roll them just slightly away from your shoulders towards the base of your skull, and then repeat the same process, looking at the ceiling for your first count, then rotating and counting to one side and then the other. When you're finished, please remove the balls before sitting up to make sure they never touch your spine. Next, I'm going to demonstrate using the bottom of the neck track, which has 2 fixed positions for massage balls, which are spaced further apart than the tracks on the top side. This allows you to do a deeper massage more on the side of the neck, or massage your jaw or face. Please make sure to position the neck track exactly as I have it here, with the deeper cutout facing your neck and shoulders, and the shallow depression facing away from you. The shallow cutout is where your head will rest. Use the same technique we saw earlier for getting started by placing your fingers on the massage balls to hold them in place while you settle down on them. You'll also follow the same procedure for counting and rotating. Next, turn onto your side and lower your head down so the rear massage ball supports the back of your head, while the front massage ball presses on your jaw muscle just in front of your ear. Using the palm of your upper hand, apply some downward pressure on your jaw to prevent any dislocation. Many people store a lot of tension here, and this is a good way to relieve it. If you find this area is very sensitive, use a softer massage ball. Generally speaking, when you do this kind of therapy every day, you'll be graduating to harder massage balls in a couple weeks or less. If you only remembered one thing from this video, this is it. Holding your position and counting is critical. If instead you just roll around, you'll be wasting your time. That's the equivalent of bouncing while you stretch, and it doesn't work. Wherever you feel the most tenderness is where you want to count longer, because those are the areas where you need the most work and where you'll benefit the most from applying pressure.